When I arrived 2.5 years ago, one of the initiatives that we began was to really think about how can we quickly leverage this very large germplasm portfolio that we have from KWS and Lima Grain, as well as what has been created by our AGRELIANT breeders. And as we thought about how to take those inbreds and put them into the largest number of hybrid combinations, you know, in sports you talk about shots on goal, really expanding the size of this late stage experimental pipeline, it gave us a higher probability of identifying products that are performing exceptionally well and should have a commercial impact. And we were just reviewing our data from this fall, and we're seeing the results of that, and it's extremely encouraging. We're all really excited about it. Every farmer needs to become more efficient. And for us, the research team, our challenge really isn't different from that. We too need to become more efficient, and we need to take the money that we have to invest in research and make sure that it's done in the most impactful way. And so for the farmer, they need to have higher yield, better agronomics, a variety that performs on their farm. And so when I think about our research team and what we need to focus on, it has to make sure that it delivers value to them. If we can use our data to better understand what is in the bottom half and what is in the top half, that's going to allow us to be much, much more efficient in using our resources, so that when we know a new inbred line is in that bottom half, we're going to be able to cull it immediately. That is a really positive thing. We have more and more sources of data and ways in which we can analyze it and think about it. So that's something short term.
We can provide the unique products to help our farmers grow through the diversity of the germplasm that we have at our disposal. The breeders are able to make combinations which make more sense in terms of addressing stronger agronomics such as yield and standability, better disease tolerances, and better test weight in the bins for the farmer.
We're making many investments to help us be more successful and to improve. We have acquired 2 new combines, on track to acquire perhaps 3 additional planters. We have an entirely new strategy around how we process our seed to improve the quality of what we create. We have a whole new research team and site in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. We've made really big investments down in Puerto Rico for our breeders to continue their work in the off season. Earlier I was explaining, you know, how we were sharing some of our recent research results, and the products that we were talking to the leadership team, those are going to be 2 years out from commercial decisions. So some of the investment that we have been making recently, they're actually going to start to see it next year. Our conventional germplasm portfolio is strong, and we're able to actually move very quickly on evaluating, identifying top performance and commercializing that. Steve Sturkey and the product management team have a really strong connection with the research team in understanding product performance among, I'll call it, late stage experimental products. They all have some elements that make them appealing for commercialization. We're needing another year or 2 to evaluate their agronomics.
The biggest differentiator to me is the size. Large companies are like large ships. They don't change direction quickly. They're big, they're strong, but they're not able to respond to markets or respond to different needs of the marketplace. Whereas we are smaller, we have good people, we've got good communication, and we can really respond to the needs of our customers. When we see a market need, such as the disease resistance or an agronomic need, we can quickly take the germplasm pools that we have and the germplasm within those pools, and we can respond to those quickly in our organization. Our teams are smaller, they have strategies, and they can respond as a team very quickly.
So to me, the biggest differentiator for the AGRELIANT breeding program is the ability of AGRELIANT research to innovate, because we're very nimble, flexible. When we identify an opportunity, we have the ability to really go at it quick. So for example, in the trait conversion program, we identify an opportunity to be faster by doing certain things a little differently, quickly, and implement those changes. And that has been leading to increases in efficiency and the rate of how fast we develop the traded products. It will reduce the time to develop these products and get them to market. We are full speed ahead on the AGRISURE trait development. This year, we are finishing off the conversion and testing of several key lines and are handing this off to the product development team and the seed increase team. This will allow the launch of AGRISURE products in the near future.
The AGRELIANT research team needs to do many things for us to stay ahead. I've touched on the importance of people and having people that are extremely committed to what it is that we're doing. It's not easy. So if you're not committed, you're probably not going to be successful. We have people that are really, really very committed. On the germplasm, we have access to this immense pool of germplasm. That is going to be key for us to remain ahead. Each year we have a research budget. That research budget grows, and that represents a really strong commitment on the part of the joint venture parent companies for us to continue to invest in driving that genetic gain. And so as we invest more, we are looking for a higher rate of genetic gain, and over time that higher rate is going to help us in the markets where we're not the leading provider, for us to become the leading genetic provider.